What's going on, guys? It's Maddox from Power 96.1 with Selena Gomez. Hi, Selena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm a huge fan of your music.
Thank you.
I love your song "Slow Down." It's great.
Thank you.
It's definitely one of those songs that, like, when you're going out, you kind of want to just like rock out to it on the radio, you know?
Yeah.
So, are you having fun on tour right now?
I am. This has been really fun for me to kind of kick off America later on in the tour because we started in Canada and then we went overseas. But now, you know, me, my dancers, my band, we have the show in our system so much that it's good that we can come over here and give it 110% every night.
It's like second nature. You're like, I got this.
Right. Yes.
So, what is your most favorite thing about being on tour? Like, what do you love the most?
I love being able to see my audience. It's a really rewarding feeling when you kind of go and lock yourself up in a studio for months and it's just you and a bun and no microphone and just relaxing, and then you get to actually put the record out and see what these people think. And,
yeah.
You know, it's like kids from this big to, you know, older people, like older moms or even just girls my age rocking out. It's a cool feeling.
Yeah, it's like everybody of like every age can, you know, relate to your music. I feel, you know, it's like my whole family, they love your music. You know, it's everybody. So it's definitely really good. What are your future plans with your music? Like, what can we expect from you in the future?
Well, next year we're wrapping up this year, and next year I'm going to continue to have music in the back of my pocket, but I'm actually going to start on a couple of films. So
really,
I would like to. Well, hopefully we're getting everything worked out, but that would be ideal, is to kind of get back into that because I do enjoy both so much. I just try to balance it. But as far as the next chapter in music, it'll be very special when that time comes, I think, for sure.
That's awesome. That's really exciting. What is your coolest fan encounter that you've ever had? Like, you meet somebody and you're just like, wow.
Well, I mean, it ranges. Honestly, there's the fans that we pick out during the show, that my cousin goes out and picks out a couple of people that are all the way up in the nosebleeds, and then we bring them backstage after the show, and you get to meet those kind of fans, the families that saved up, you know, for a while so that the kids can come to the show, and that's a really great encounter. Every time we usually always get teary-eyed. So
they have to like freak out when that happens. They're like, wow.
Yeah, or they'll just get really silent and then just like, yeah, it's either way. Honestly, it's a really cool feeling.
That's great. What is your favorite thing about Atlanta?
The people first, the food, and I love just walking around. Like, I really do. I feel at home.
You feel at home?
Yeah.
Well, you're Southern, right? I mean,
yeah,
you got
I'm from Texas.
Texas, so you got that Southern charm going on, you
know.
So what is it that inspires you when you're in the studio, like doing your music?
It's very interesting because I've had to learn the hard way through figuring out how I wanted to express my music, because I had 4 #1 club songs on the Billboard charts before I was even allowed in a club. So it's very hard for me to want to tap into the things that I experienced before I've actually experienced them. So now, being 21 and having gone through a lot of stuff that people don't even know or assume or have different intentions behind why they believe that. So, to be honest, there's so much more that I would like to tap into, and I'm learning how to do that.
That's great. I mean, they say that being in your 20s, that's when you start to figure out, like, kind of who you are as a person, you know. Are you kind of figuring out things about yourself nowadays? It's like, you're like, wow, you know.
Yeah, I'm constantly changing every day. I even said about this record, if I only had 6 more months, just barely 6 months, if I had that much more in the things that I experienced within those couple of months, I couldn't even imagine what I would have actually talked about. So there's just a lot that I'm looking forward to. But yes, you're right. It is a lot of figuring.
That's great. I'm 27. I'm still trying to figure out things myself, you know.
There you go. See?
The 20s, you know how it is. So what are your plans for the holidays coming up? You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you going to have some downtime?
I will go back to Texas. I will be in Dallas for Thanksgiving, just celebrating with my family.
Christmas too?
Christmas we might not be able to get to go to Texas, but they're going to come to us.
Awesome. Get to hang out with the family.
Yep.
Speaking of family, apparently yours has grown. You got an addition? Little sister now?
Baby sister. She's about 4 months now, and she's just the cutest thing. best thing that has ever happened to us, for sure.
That's great. I mean, I think that, you know, I have, you know, little sisters, and, you know, it's good to be, you know, a really good role model for your sisters. And I think you would be, like, the perfect role model. I mean, she's going to want to be just like you when she grows up, you know?
Oh, that's sweet.
So, as far as charity work, now you do a lot of stuff. You're active with charities. You've done that for a while. Are you going to be doing more stuff in the future with your charity?
Yes, of course. That's something that we always kind of try to prioritize. So I would like to take another trip with UNICEF. It's been a minute, and we've been talking about a next trip with them. And there's other organizations that I'd like to be a part of that hopefully we'll get to start doing.
That's awesome. So Halloween is rapidly approaching.
Yes.
Are you going to be a certain, you know, something for Halloween?
I wanted to, but I really don't think we have time to.
No Halloween dressing up?
No, I mean we are going to celebrate.
Okay, so, well that's good.
But I like to go all out if I'm going to dress up. I don't like to just put on something and say it's a costume because I've done that before and it's not fun. I like to go all out. So I wanted to go in and get like wigs and the outfits and the whole thing, but I have not had any time to.
So are you gonna like celebrate on your like your tour bus? Or are you gonna be able to go somewhere?
No, I'm probably gonna go out. No,
go out?
I'll be in Florida actually. So
well,
sorry.
Look at that. Just rub it in, why don't you? No, I'm just kidding. Well, when you're down in Florida, say hi to everybody for me. So, what is your favorite song? You know, when you're in the shower, like taking a shower, you just love to sing. You know, I sing slow down sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. So, what is your favorite song?
I like. It actually depends on what I'm into at the moment. So I'm obsessed with Katie's album, Katy Perry's new record. So I've been jamming that every day, constantly in the shower, on the bus, getting ready. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a good album too. So what is the craziest big money purchase that you've ever made?
Well, okay, it is pretty crazy, but I actually did use it for a little bit. I used it. I went and bought a really nice Louis Vuitton sunglass case, and it's because I have sunglasses, but I don't take care of them. I throw them in the purse. So I thought if I bought something expensive that I would force myself to use it, right? And I didn't. So
you didn't use it?
No, and I had already, so it's fine. That was pointless.
What are your guilty pleasures?
I have a lot, from like HGTV or like cooking channels or reality to like food all the time.
I love food.
Yes. Chips,
this is the great
Cheetos,
is to have food.
Pickles, yeah.
Cookies?
Oreos.
Yes, Oreos. You can't go wrong with Oreos. So this is a question we got on our Twitter, PowerATL, from one of your fans. It's so what is your I've made it moment? Is it performing in a certain city, hearing your song on the radio for the first time? What kind of made it surreal for you? Just like, wow.
Being nominated for winning the VMA, actually being nominated for the first year and then winning it. So that was actually pretty surreal because I presented at those a couple of times, but I actually never really. It was weird. Yeah,
it was just kind of like, wow,
is
this really happening right now?
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was great.
So another question from our Twitter. You're always so busy. You have a clothing line. How's that going, by the way?
Great.
Going good. You got the singing. You've got the acting. What is your favorite thing to do when you have alone time?
I like to write, or I like to just listen to music or read a script.
Read a script?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. Just kind of have some quiet time, wind down. Last question. When was the last time you were asked on a date by anybody? Probably happens all the time.
No, actually. I think I've been asked out like twice since I've been single. So that was about a month ago.
About a month ago?
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to be talking with you, Selena. Welcome to Atlanta. Thank you,
so
and wish you a bunch of success in your future. Power 96.1. Love you guys. Thank you.